And if you're someone who's told yourself that you're still healing, still integrating, still processing, still working on yourself, and it's been more than 12 months, this is an intervention, so stay. Now, I've been coaching artists and healers for some time now, and I've heard almost every version of this same sentence. And it goes something like this, like, I'm still integrating, I'm not aligned yet, I'm waiting until I'm more ready, my vibe is off. And rather than dismissing those feelings, I'm acknowledging them and acknowledging that they have a very specific job, is to help keep you playing small and invisible. And now today I'm going to show you exactly how that works too. Because you deserve to know the real difference between the real obstacle and the story you've built around it to protect yourself from being seen or being heard. So let's go. Let's get into the anatomy of what creative hiding looks like from the inside. It looks like someone who consumes more content than they create. They listen to a lot of podcasts, or they're regularly in another course, getting another certification, reading another self-help book, always in the learning phase. It's that person who has projects that have been almost ready for years, or they help others with their creative work, yet leave out enough time to touch their own. Or they talk about what they're going to make in passionate detail with others, and then nothing happens, nothing takes shape, or there's just one excuse after another. That's some of the most complex bypassing that I've seen, because it sounds exactly like the language of someone who takes their work seriously. So how do you know the difference? Well, here's the test. Ask yourself, if no one would ever see this, would I still be stuck? If the answer is no, you're not blocked, you're scared of being seen. So it's less of a creative problem and more of a visibility issue. And those have different solutions. So from my client work, I've identified 3 specific moves that artists and healers use to stay invisible. Let me walk you through them. And this is the most common one, that you're always getting ready to create. Another course, another cert, more research, a rebrand, waiting for that website to get done. And this functions really well because you feel productive. It gives you all that forward motion of creating without the exposure of being seen. And there's a difference between being busy and being productive. Another way to look at this infinite preparation is just stalling with good intentions. And the next one is spiritual bypassing. This one's more metaphysical than anything, and sneaky because it sounds like it's most evolved. I'm still integrating my last medicine ceremony. The energy isn't right yet. I'm still waiting for divine timing or serendipity. Now, I do believe in all that genuinely has a place, time, and purpose, because divine timing is real and integration is necessary. But there's a version of this that has nothing to do with timing and has everything to do with fear. And that's because your divine timing never seems to arrive. Or it arrives, and then something else comes up, and you're there telling the story of another missed opportunity. So let me ask you, are you receiving a genuine signal to wait, or are you using the sacred language to stay safe and hidden? And this brings me to the subtlest one. The last hiding move is vicarious creation, because you're deeply engaged in creative work, it's just not yours. So you support other creators, you promote their work, you're at their launches, you mentor, you encourage, you hold space for everyone except yourself. And if you're curious where this one sits in your body, ask yourself the question, if you imagine your work being seen at the same scale as the work you support, where does that live in your body? So are you supporting others, or are you hiding behind them? Now I want to give you the proof that I promised in the beginning, because you've probably been doing one of these for long enough that it feels accurate. So here's the proof that you're hiding, not blocked. First is, you know what you want to make. You know what you want to offer your clients. Because blocked people don't know, but you know, and you've known this for a long time. And the last one is that when you imagine someone else hosting the event or making the thing that you've been sitting on, you feel something. Probably grief, most likely anger, and that feeling is proof. Now here's my invitation, the thing I want you to do before you watch another video or read another book or take another course, is I want you to write down the thing. What is the thing that you've been waiting to do, waiting to offer? the one you know you're here to make. And then ask yourself, what are the smallest steps that I can take towards that in the next 2 days? How about the next 2 weeks? How about the next 2 months? It doesn't have to be the finished version or the polished. The ugly version is even better because it proves to yourself that you are someone who makes things happen. Because that's the only move that breaks this pattern of hiding. You've already got the preparation, you know how to get into alignment, so the decision has to be about being seen, imperfectly, now. And if you've been hiding your work, join the school community, get back to chopping wood and carrying water. It's less than a therapy copay and with more support than what you'd be given your creative life. And that's the video. If you recognize yourself in one of those hiding moves, it's a good thing, because you can only change what you are conscious of. And simply because we mentioned it, it's even more manageable. And if you want to get more into the neuroscience and the essays of things, I've got a Substack. Check the links in the description. See you in the next one.